You had 25 shield from a mini. Or some fruit. And your friend came over and handed you a big pot. Would you drink it? Or would you save it for later? Yo! What's up, everybody? How we doing? I hope we're doing good, but I'm back. I'm back and I'm here, okay? I know I didn't post a lot in October. I'm sorry about that. But it's because I was mainly devoting my time to the Iron Man suit that I've been working on. And it's looking really freaking good. Here's a picture of it. But it's just coming along great. And I'm almost done with it. But I'm taking a break from that right now. And I'm moving over from that big red to this big red. You know. Guys, YouTube, come on. We talked about you gotta get faster with the program next time. Now, whenever I like a movie, a show, a game, or anything like that, I typically want to buy a piece of merchandise for it, right? Maybe you do too. And one of my favorite kinds of merchandise is merchandise that could feasibly or does exist in that world's universe. For example, I have this Mos Eisley Cantina coaster, you know, like as if it was in Star Wars, you know, in the Mos Eisley Cantina. I have this Federal Bureau of Control mug from Control. It's one of my favorite underrated games. I love that game so much. And, you know, because, you know, I looked around for Shadow of Mordor props that I liked. There wasn't really any. So I made my own Celebrimbor's hammer, or Celebrimbor, don't know how to pronounce his name. But I liked it because, you know, it's just like a cool prop that I can hold in my hand. And it's also not a coffee accessory, because I have obviously too many of those. I don't even drink coffee, dude. I don't drink this. And after playing a bit of Fortnite recently, I really wanted a prop from Fortnite. You know, I wanted something I could have that just shows like, oh, I'm a big fan of this. I really like this thing. And looking more into it, I realized that I don't want that. Every prop in Fortnite is either like a gun or a shopping cart, or it's expensive, like, you know, the battle bus, which, by the way, JT, Breezy Palms, whatever you want to call yourself, I'm totally 100% on board with that whole battle bus idea. Like, dude, sign me up. Like, you want to refurbish an old bus and make it like a battle bus? Dude, sign me up. I'm right here. Now, I don't really want a prop from Fortnite, right? I'm not really that kind of guy. But there is something I already have that is from Fortnite that I think some people might want. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a pickaxe. I didn't realize how much dirt was on that thing when I picked it up from outside. But yeah, the harvesting tool. You know them, you love them, you start every game with them. But what if someone's like me who wants to find a prop or likes the prop of the pickaxe, but doesn't know where to find one? Maybe one they have that's specific to their, you know, their loadout, their, you know, whole kit. What if there's something that they want, but they don't know where to find it? Well, that's why I'm here, dude. That's why we're here. Because today we're going to figure out the rarity of seasons 1 through 5 as pickaxes in order of how easy they are to find in real life. Is it a mouthful? Yes, it is. But we're going to do it regardless. All right, before we get into anything, let's lay down some rules. Okay, I wasn't born yesterday, unlike most of Fortnite's fanbase. I have 7 tiers that I'm ranking the pickaxes off of, from a S to F tier ranking, but with little titles to spice things up, of course. This isn't a boring video, of course. Starting off the list, we have nearby. That just indicates anything that might be outside of your house or inside of your house already. You know, stuff like kitchen utensils, maybe trees that from outside, or plants or anything like that you can just easily pluck out of the ground or grab. Nothing too crazy. Shopping trip. This just indicates that you're going to go somewhere like a Walmart, a Target, even like a Home Depot too, we're including that in here. Then we have military surplus. That basically just constitutes any sort of knives, industrial equipment you can still buy, but will probably cost you a hefty fee to purchase. Then we're getting interesting with it. We got minor felony. Now, this just constitutes anything that would get you like either anything from a misdemeanor to a minor felony to, you know, maybe a few days in jail. Then we have black market. So it's mainly just high caliber weapons or, you know, things that you can't buy from anywhere or things that are illegal. Next, we have government property. It's probably the highest punishment you're going to get in terms of legal trouble. This is just either stepping onto government property or stealing something from it to the point where you will be tried by the Supreme Court. And then this last one, unholy power. Basically, you've broken the space-time continuum, you've gone past the sound barrier, you've summoned Satan. Some sort of evil has been unleashed onto the world because you wanted a stupid Fortnite pickaxe. You got it? Good. Now let's get into it after. Guys, come on. You like and subscribe. Remember, guys, I can't keep holding your hand forever. You gotta like and subscribe. Alright, starting off our list is Raider's Revenge. Basically, it looks like a fire axe mixed with a pickaxe, mixed with some barbed wire. So this is definitely going to go to the shopping trip tier, because I doubt anyone has barbed wire at their home, at their house. So we're just going to put that in the shopping trip tier right there. Perfect. Love to see it. Next we have the Reaper. The Reaper, basically a giant scythe. It is a farming tool, so I mean that is going to be a shopping trip easily. It is not too crazy. There's no demon spirit possessing it or anything like that, so it's definitely going in that shopping trip tier as well. Lucky, very funny little pickaxe, very Watchmen-esque. As we all know, Watchmen famously trademarked the smiley face. No other media is allowed to have it. So I mean that's pretty cool. It is, however, a basic pickaxe with some paint on it. All things you can find on a shopping trip to like Home Depot or something like that. Not even. Okay, cliffhanger. That's more of a an ice pick, just kind of a basic ice pick. I'm not too sure where you can find those. Let's find the ice pick. Where do you go to get those? Yeah, really, I'm not really finding these ice picks anywhere you can buy in a normal place. Typically you have to go like knife shops, it looks like, or some sort of specialty place for these ice picks. So I'm actually gonna say military surplus. All right, we got Pink Flamingo, very classic pickaxe. Everybody uses this one who's a sweat. Very simple, very elegant, very nice. Just two flamingos trapped around a garden hose and what looks to be a shovel shaft, which is pretty interesting, pretty nice design there. But we're not going to count that shovel shaft. Either way, when I think of pink flamingos, I think of gardening and I think of Home Depot. So I'm going to give this also to shopping trip. I feel like it's deserved. Sadly, we got another one for shopping trip. Like I said, this thing's going to fill up fast with just shopping trips. All right, we got the Close Shave. This is an interesting looking pickaxe. It looks to be a combination between a normal pickaxe and like an axe. Is there a little axe up top there? I don't know. I don't really care. It's MacGyvered together, but it's still a pickaxe you can buy at Home Depot. It's going in shopping trip. After that, we got Spiky, another interesting looking pickaxe. I'm actually genuinely curious. I wonder if there's a pickaxe that looks like that out there. Okay, it doesn't look like there is. Never mind. I'm stupid and dumb. Anyway, that's if there were to be a spiky pickaxe out there, I'd say those spikes are probably just sheet metal from Home Depot, so I'm just going to put it in Home Depot tier. Alright, Batsickle. Now this is an interesting one, because I feel like it would be in shopping trip, but I can't say for sure if I would put it in there, because I honestly feel like it'd be nearby. Which, I feel like the baseball bat would be nearby, like outside like your neighbor's house, you just ask for a baseball bat. But the sickle part is the hard one. I'm gonna have to put it in shopping trip, because I just feel like it's just too basic. I feel like the sickle, no one owns a sickle unless you live in like rural, Virginia. So, I mean, I don't know. Or the Soviet Union. Alright, here's a good one. Death Valley. Now, I really hate to be a very contrarian person during all this, but I feel like this one deserves to be in the nearby tier. I feel like it deserves to be in the nearby tier because we do have bones. Bones make a lot of this pickaxe. We have the skull of the cow, I'm guessing. I don't know what the whole trope that is, but I don't know. We have the skull of the cow, and we have the shaft that's a giant like femur or bone or something like that, with a pickaxe head. Now, and a bunch of nails in the head and rope. So my thought is that this is just with the name and everything too. Death Valley is the name of the pickaxe. I feel like you could just go to Death Valley and pick this up off the ground. I genuinely feel that. I feel like you could find a femur, you could find an old rusty pickaxe head, and strap it with some twine or something to the head to the pickaxe, and make your own. I mean, I mean a little bit of DIY, but I feel like it deserves to be in the nearby tier. And you can call me out in the comments if you want, but I feel like that's where it belongs. Okay. Next we have AC/DC. Okay, so you can buy them off like Amazon, but they're like the music kind. I'll still say though that it is a Tesla coil, regardless. You can buy them off Amazon. And I'm not going to say it's military surplus because the military isn't selling them or any other specialized area. I can buy one off AliExpress. As much as I'd love to put this in military surplus to near government tier, I'm going to have to say it's going to have to go to Shopping Trip. I really hate that. I really do despise the fact that that's going to Shopping Trip. But dude, I had this original list up to like 9 categories. Here we got Pulse Axe. Now this thing is super sci-fi looking. It's got like a little dagger at the end, and it's very futuristic and sci-fi. I feel like you cannot buy this. You would not be able to buy this. In the Fortnite world, you would need to be a part of like NASA or something to own this pickaxe, which is probably true. It's probably part of a Fortnite skin that's an astronaut. I think the astronaut skin. I don't know. I didn't play Fortnite a lot back then. But either way, that thing's futuristic as hell. And I don't think the black market's selling it. I don't think anyone's selling this thing. So I'm going to have to say it's either a NASA base or Area 51. So I'm going to have to say that's going to government property, guys. It's going to government property. Axe caliber. Okay. Now, if it's to be believed that this is Excalibur, but in the form of an axe, it's definitely going to be some sort of unholy power category, right? But seeing as there's no sort of effect or glow or anything like that coming from this item, I'm just going to assume that it's just a normal axe that someone just made to look nice. So I'm definitely going to say this belongs in the military surplus. And I know that's red. It's like, oh, is that blood? It's Fortnite. It's not blood. So I'm just going to say we're going to put this in military surplus because there's no way that you could have that. Like, you would find this at a knife shop. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you would buy that and be like, oh, it's Excalibur. What are you, 5? All right, we got Toothpick, which is an interesting one. Again, I still feel like this belongs in the nearby category. It's a bunch of rope. It's a big, I guess, was it shark tooth maybe? I don't know what that is. Dinosaur tooth. It's a fossil. They're outside. They're in the ground. You just gotta dig hard enough. Okay, if you really want to be like that, find a dinosaur bone in your backyard. Just dig it up. It's probably back there, dude. So I'm gonna just have to say that this goes to nearby, the nearby category. Sorry, I'm slurring my words. I have an ear infection right now, so I apologize if any of that's dampening my ability to speak. All right, next we got You Shouldn't Have, which is a pickaxe wrapped in a nice gift wrapping and a little bow on top. Very cute, very nice. Still very easy to purchase. You could buy this at Home Depot during the holidays. They're coming up anyway. You could probably get this one pretty easily cheap. And not off Amazon. You could probably just go to the store and buy it. So I'm going to have to say that's going to Shopping Trip. Sadly, wah-wah. Candy Axe. This is just a giant peppermint with a spike in it with some Christmas tree lights wrapped around it. Very cool. Pickaxe, very simple. But I will have to say, it's going to go to Shopping Trip. You could easily just cut that end and make it sharp. So it's not going to go to the knife shop or anything like that. No one's going to sell that during the holidays unless they're like a psychomaniac. So yeah, that's going to go to Shopping Trip. Disco Brawl. A very cool pickaxe. Very stylish, very hip, very 70s pickaxe. But still, you can buy a disco ball on Amazon for a few dollars. Nothing crazy like that. So I'm going to have to say Shopping Trip again. So we have the Slurp Juice Party Animal. But yeah, it looks like we have a keg of beer here attached to some sort of pipe with, I guess, is that just a normal pole or a beater or something? I don't know. Either way, this one you can easily buy at the store. Of course, if you're 21. I know there's slurpaholics out there, slurpaholic dads out there that will give their kids this stuff. Don't. I swear if I see it, it's on site, okay? Icebreaker, simple, it's a shovel. I don't know what you want from me. It's going in Shopping Trip. This was a bad idea. Bottom feeder. Now this is just a giant anchor attached to a pipe with some chains around it. And it's very rusty. So I'm going to guess, I feel like anchors and memorabilia like that are, you can buy those on Etsy and that kind of stuff, but I still feel like this is more than that. I feel like this is more, it goes deeper than that. The Fortnite lore for this thing is too strong, in my opinion. I feel like this thing is a weapon of terrible origin. Some divers on a boat drowned, this ship crashed. someone found this thing and they're now reselling it on Amazon or Etsy. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say it's black market tier just because of my headcanon, but also because there's nothing there and because it's my list and because, shut up, you're 5 years old. Very similar. I didn't even realize this one was on here. Very similar kind of aquatic themed pickaxe. It is a shark impaled on a harpoon. It's called Chomp Jr. Now this, I feel like the harpoon itself, you can probably get it at like military surplus. You can probably find that it is a weapon. It is specifically a weapon, and it's probably gonna be hard to find. You can't find that at a Walmart or anything like that. But because of the shark and because it's an actual shark that's on there, it would be very obvious it's a fake shark because it just have a giant cracking plastic on it. But that's actually like breaking the skin, dude. So I'm gonna say that's a real shark. And if you're selling a shark on the market, it's definitely going to be a dead shark. And I feel like that's to be preserved and not even like as a food or anything like that. I feel like that's black market, dude. I feel like that's a little bit too evil. I know I'm like, theorizing too much. I'm not MatPat or anything, but I still feel like, okay, get off my back. We have nothing down there. We need to have something down there. I can't keep defending myself on that category. Okay, give me a break. We got ski boot. Yeah, so we have a ski boot on a ski with a ski pole on it. I've been saying ski too much, and I feel like we all know where this is going. There we go. Much bigger list. There we go. We're doing good. We're trucking along. We're doing something. We're doing something right. Next we got Plunger. All right, very simple looking pickaxe here. Nothing too crazy. It's just a katana in a plunger. It's not, remaking the wheel or anything like that. So we're just gonna put this in shopping trip. Now, I originally did not know what to base this pickaxe off of. It's very confusing and weird, but I did realize that there is an arrow in it. That's very, very easy to dial down as a store or anything like that. But also, I feel like that heart and everything, that just feels like a Valentine's Day decoration. It doesn't really feel like, it's not a real heart. I know what the human body looks like. It's not a real heart, but I still feel like this belongs in shopping trip. All right, Dragon Axe. Now, I don't know about you, but this is very obviously a Chinese artifact. No one's recreated this thing for modern day. I feel like this is a artifact of Chinese origin. And I feel like it's just, that's what it is. I can't really pin it down, but I feel like this is owned by the Chinese government. And I feel like if I were to steal it, I would be murdered on sight. So I'm going to put it in government property. Next, we got trusty number 2. This is the Reaper's pickaxe from Fortnite. It's got a pencil and a knife. I feel like this is way too much of more of a knife than anything, so I'm gonna put it in the military surplus just because it looks like it's a custom made thing, like John Wick got it custom made. Alright, we got a similar one to the what's it called? The pulse axe. This is the EVA. It looks like a giant robot arm. Very futuristic. It looks like it was ripped out of a socket or something like that, but I still feel like it's very futuristic. It's very very NASA color scheme, very space colored. So I still feel like it's definitely going to go to government property again with the pulse axe. Next we got Sawtooth. Now this is just there's so many things that this thing looks like, but it mainly looks like to be like it's a really rusty pickaxe. I mean, I don't really know what this could be. I think it could honestly be like another ice pick that's really rusted over, but at the same time I don't feel like calling it that. It's got trash bags over it and everything. That's a little bit of rebar on the bottom, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like putting this in the nearby tier. I feel like this will be in a dump somewhere. You just go out, pick it up, it's yours now. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really seem like you would be very prone to having to buy a rusty pickaxe. I don't see that. I feel like you can just go do some dumpster diving and pick that up out of there. No real need to, buy it. We got Rainbow Smash. This is in every party store everywhere. Like, even if it's, not Fortnite themed, you get a llama head, you put a horn on it, you put a mane on it. That's Party City, dude. You go to Party City, you're done. So shopping trip it is. All right, now Instigator. This is an interesting looking pickaxe. Very cool, very futuristic-y looking, but like with a little bit of rust added here and there that's been used. I can't tell the color differential if that's blood or not. Let me look up a better picture. Yeah, still can't really tell even with a better picture. So, I mean, it's very futuristic-y looking. It's very cool looking. But I don't feel like calling it that you could just buy it from the store or that it's government property or anything like that. But I do think because of these serrated edges, I think you're going to have to find that at a knife store. I don't think you're going to be able to find it, you know, anywhere else. Very knife store-y, you know. So we're going to put it in military surplus for us right there. Pick Squeak. Now this is a very clowny kind of baby toy looking kind of pickaxe. I don't really know what to call it. Like a Jack in the Box or something like that? Don't know. Don't care. You can buy this at the store, dude. Empire Axe here next. Now this just looks way too crazy looking, way too insane. So it looks to be depicting a like Roman soldier or something like that. I can't really pin down what it is, and I don't want to say that it is from the Roman period because I feel like that's a stretch. But at the same time, I don't really know what else to put it. So because of its mysterious origin and very strange looking design, and it just says the like claim your empire is like the description of it, I'm just going to put it in government property. I'm just going to say some government out there owns it as either a memorial, artifact, item, headstone, whatever you want to call it. It's going in government property. All right, we got Tactical Spade. Now this is a very sharp looking I wouldn't even call that a spade, but yeah, it's a spade. Yeah, shovel spade, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, very tactical looking thing. Definitely belongs at a knife shop. Does not belong on Amazon. Sorry guys, that's going in military surplus. All right, then we got Spectral Axe. Now, I was originally going to put this in Unholy Power just because it's Spectral Axe. It sounds very mysterious and weird, and the color is different, whatever. But in all honesty, if you look at it hard enough, it is literally just the default pickaxe with a prismatic color over it. And if you don't know, prismatic is just a color that or like a spray paint or something like that, that just kind of changes the way you look at it. The color changes the way you look at it. So that's really all it is. It's just a default pickaxe with some different paint. So I'm just going to have to say shopping trip. Pot of gold. Okay. Now this right here is where we find ourselves at our very first unholy power. A leprechaun or some other being has cursed this pot of gold to display an infinite rainbow levitating over this 4-leaf clover, which is not even 4-leaf clover, it's a 3-leaf clover, which is dumb. What we're doing is putting it in unholy power. That should not be given to any child by any means, no matter what, okay? Next we got Silver Fang. This also, I feel like, looks like it's some sort of, I hate to say it, but artifact or some sort of ancient weapon used by maybe like a Chinese general, something like that. So I feel like that goes to government property. Next we got the Anarchy Axe. This is just a giant axe with a lot of crap on it. Really ugly looking pickaxe. That's just so dumb. But it's going in the shopping trip category. All right, next we got Spectre. Now this is a very sly looking pickaxe, very militaristic. It's gonna go in military surplus. Next we got the Carrot Axe. This is a very Easter themed pickaxe. It's got a carrot, it's got a chocolate bunny, it's got a Easter basket. Very Eastery all around. Still though, you can buy that at the store around Easter time. So it's going to shopping trip. Alright, we got Cutting Edge. Like the name implies, this is a very scientific, sci-fi looking pickaxe. Either you have to build a time machine to get this thing, or you gotta do something crazy with electricity or something to produce this strange looking pickaxe. And I'm gonna have to say, I feel like it's the government kind. I feel like the government has this on hand, just ready in case one of their 5 billion aliens escape at Area 51. Bite Mark. That's a dinosaur on a stick. Everyone's owned one of these at some point. It's going a shopping trip, guys. All right, Axaroni. Now, I don't know about you, but for me and my family, we have you know, pizza cutter. We own a pizza cutter. I feel like a lot of people own pizza cutters. You probably have a pizza cutter and you don't even know it. But because of that, and because I don't want to put it in the shopping list, I'm gonna put it in nearby because I own it, and a lot of people in my neighborhood probably have their own too. If you don't have one, I'm like, dude, get one. You never know when your pizza that you order is never gonna be cut, or when you're making pizza, you gotta cut your pizza somehow. We got Global Axe. Now this is very like a very scientific, like science lab kind of thing. Not like in the terms of like it's a secret science experiment. It's like Miss Frizzle has that, dude. Like Bill Nye has that. That's not crazy. You know, you can easily just buy that at the store. Then we got Onslaught. Very interesting, cool looking pickaxe. Still feel like it's very futuristic, but it's very, you know, knife shoppy. You know what I mean? It's kind of a mixture. It's in between. It's both. I feel like truly it goes to black market. I feel like this thing is like, it's like heated, it's connected to like some sort of battery, and it just heats up and cuts through like, you know, 1,000-degree knife challenge kind of stuff. Positron, it looks like the reverse opposite of Onslaught, so I'm going to say the same thing. Black market. Lollipopper. Giant lollipop. I would say you can find this nearby, but at the same time, you know, not everyone owns lollipops, not everybody likes lollipops, so I'm going to say shopping trip. Gale Force. Now this is an interesting one. It's a superhero pickaxe. It's very elegant looking, very cool knife. I'm gonna say it's gonna go to knife shop. Glow stick, very big, very futuristic, very cool. I just don't know how I feel about it. It looks like a lot of electricity is coming through it, but I feel like it also belongs in the black market category. I feel like Black Manta would use this. You know what I mean? Like some sort of devious character is going to take that and kill Aquaman. Tenderizer. Now also another kitchen utensil, and like I said earlier, kitchen utensils are probably going to be in the nearby category, but I also have a meat tenderizer at my house too. Probably not everybody has one, but I have one, so you know, I'm going to say what I have, so it's going in the nearby category. Alright, now we're getting interesting. We got the tenderizer. This is a quad rocket launcher in the form of a pickaxe. Very illegal, very scary. So I'm going to say that is government property. If you want to grab that, you're going to have to go to some sort of military base and steal that thing just to equip it onto a pickaxe. Renegade Roller. What else do I have to say? That goes to a shopping trip. Auto Cleaver. Now this is a jackhammer of sorts. Phillips screwdriver. You know, something or other. I don't know what this is, but regardless, you can buy this probably at Home Depot. Next, we have an airfoil. I feel like if you were to steal an airfoil off of what looks to be like a biplane airfoil, nothing crazy like that, I feel like it deserves to go into the minor felony tier. I do feel like it does. I mean, you're going to be grabbing this. There's no way you can buy it by itself, from what I've seen. So I want to say minor felony. We got director's cut here. 1920s camera attached to a tripod that's closed, it looks like. Very interesting, very cool. There's no way you can buy this nowadays. There's no way you can buy this. You can't actually buy them today. You can't actually buy them today. That's crazy. I don't know if they work though, but it is exceedingly expensive. So I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say like black market tier because it is way too expensive. And I feel like it doesn't belong in military surplus, but I feel like you could still easily buy it if you were going through some very unhealthy channels. Remember, black market doesn't mean necessarily that it is from the black market. It just means that it is very difficult to get, or something very experimental, or something very just hard to find. All right, now we're getting interesting. This is an easy A minor felony because that is a stop sign through and through. The stop axe, easily just a stop sign you cut up. Slam dunk, a giant basketball hoop, which you can buy, I'll be honest, but seeing as that is like from the floor and they ripped it out of the floor, I just feel like that's gonna be like a minor felony. Night owl, looks to be a very expensive owl statue on a pole. I'm gonna have to say that's probably from some sort of museum or something like that. I don't know, I feel like it's very priceless. I'm gonna say minor felony again for this one. I just feel like Plus, the characters who use them are literally criminals, so I feel like that is a very clear sign that it was stolen. It's a stolen item. Alright, we got Tendril, a giant weed, it looks like, and that's definitely going in nearby because I can pluck that out of my freaking yard. A Vuvuzela, very classic, funny to hear instrument. Three Vuvuzelas tied together with some string. That's going to go into shopping. After very intensely photoshopping that for what seemed like way too long, it's finally done. I added another layer to the shopping trip category. Thank goodness we're done with that. Let's move on. After that, we got Elite Cleat. You know, you can buy this at Amazon for a few dollars. It's a you know, probably a participation trophy, if we're being honest. After that, we got Oracle Axe, which seems to have like what looks to be a Tesla coil in that, but like I'm going to assume that this is some sort of dark sorcerer's axe from another universe. So I'm going to put it in unholy power just because of the name and what it looks like and yada yada such and such. So yeah, it's going there. Propeller axe. This is very clearly a propeller from a like World War II plane. I feel like it has been ripped out of its joint, its socket. It feels like it's been stolen. So I'm going to have to say minor felony for this one. Faded frame looks to be a very high-end knife, very similar to, I believe, the Onslaught axe or the Interceptor. I don't know which one it is necessarily, but I still feel like it should go to a knife shop, if anything. Razor's Edge. Now, this one has what looks to be like a booster or something on it. I feel like that's like a futuristic kind of thing, or even maybe like a black market kind of thing, something like very experimental. I don't know, it's very futuristic, but I'm going to be honest, probably black market. Victory Lap, this just is a steering wheel with some wings on the sides of it. Looks very handcrafted, very handmade. The steering wheel itself looks fine. The happy face in the middle looks like it's just like store-bought. Such a tough one. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to put this one in shopping trip. Honestly, I hate to do it, but it really is like a shopping trip kind of thing. Magnifying glass, easy. You can buy that at the store. I know it's big, but still, that doesn't matter to me. It's just this giant magnifying glass. Crimson Axe. Now, this looks very medieval. This one goes in military surplus. I feel like someone would request this as sort of like my great-grandfather was a Viking, blah, 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 and then makes this as like a replica or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Nothing crazy about it that still like has some electricity, whatever, coming off of it. I just don't know. I'm gonna have to say military surplus. I know that sounds weird, but actually, I'm gonna look at lightning. It's pink lightning. That's a little weird. I'm gonna put that in black market just because of how odd it looks. Permafrost. Now, if the title implies that this is a eternal flame and an eternal ice thing on it, I'm going to assume that it is magical. And magic isn't real, as we all know. Sorry to break your hopes, but it's not. So unholy power, it goes. Alright, we got the lug axe next. It's very handcrafted, very simplistic, very store-bought. Just some duct tape and a lug axe, or a lug axle. I'm going to have to say it's going to shopping trip. Crowbar. Gordon Freeman uses it, so it's good enough for the shopping trip. Balloon axe. It's just really long balloons. You can buy that at Party City, dude. Studded axe. A really ugly looking axe that I don't like at all, so it's going to go in shopping trip. Forebearer. Now this looks to be like a very ancient axe. Very Viking-y. Very simple. I just don't know where you would find this. I feel like it's too clean. We're going to put it in military surplus. We got Pile Driver, which looks to be, it's like the edge of a ring, like a wrestling match. I'm going to say you stole that. I'm going to say you easily stole that from a ring, like downtown. So I'm going to say that's minor felony. Power Grip. This seems to be some sort of high-tech arm, probably used by, like I said, NASA has this color scheme. I feel like, not NASA itself, but it feels very Astro mech-y. So I'm going to say that goes to government property. That's way too futuristic. Pointer. Now this looks like it's just to be like a sign on like a McDonald's or like some other, chain restaurant. And I feel like you definitely stole that. I can still see the wiring and everything that's wrapped around it. you're definitely going to spend some nights in jail if you take that, dude. You can't take that. Next, we got the harpoon axe. Now, it's like I said earlier, that giant harpoon gun we saw on the Chompy Jr. or Chomp Jr. Was very, very store-bought, very shopping trip to military surplusy. This one, however, is just that, so that's perfect. And because of it, a lot of attachments. It's got like a scope and everything on it. Very cool looking, very cool pickaxe. I will say military surplus. Very similar. Aquatic one, we have rescue paddle. Now, this is a good question. I don't know where you can actually find these, and I know you can buy them for a fact, but where do you buy them? Okay, and looking at it more, these rescue cans can be only bought at things that are lifeguard specific. So there's My Lifeguard Shop, justlifeguard.com, swimoutlet.com. So it's very like specifically oriented to that kind of thing. So, and because, like I said, specialized stores require it to be in military surplus, we're putting it in military surplus, which is an insane change, but I gotta go by my rules, man. All right, next we got clutch axe, which looks very interesting, very strange looking axe, but I will say it's got like a weird gold chain. It's got, is that an 8-ball on the bottom? Well, give me a second to research this one a bit more. Okay, I get it now. And it's a very cool idea, and I really do like this pickaxe after I now understand what it is, because it literally is the name. It is a clutch pickaxe. It's a car clutch. That is why there's an 8-ball on the bottom there. So, after further examination, I'm going to have to say this is going to go into minor felony, because you are literally taking the clutch out of a car. Like you can see 8-ball down there, that's the clutch, that's the pedal itself. So I'm going to have to say, sadly, that is a minor felony if you want that cool of a pickaxe. So we got caliper. This is caliper, if you don't know, if it's a measuring tool. And I would put this in a shopping trip, but this looks nothing like a caliper. This looks absolutely nothing like it. And I'm going to double check and make sure it actually is labeled as one, just to make sure. And if it is, it's going to go in a shopping trip. Let's give it a check. Yeah, it's definitely not a caliper, like a normal caliper. So I'm going to say that it's very knifey, very sharp. It's going to go into military. All right, patty whacker. This is a spatula, and I know probably what you're going to say to me is like, Kai, is that going to go in nearby? Yeah, yes, it is. It's going to go in nearby because I own a spatula too. I'm probably a lot of people don't own spatulas. I'm going to be honest. It's a common cooking tool. Exercise. A giant dumbbell. Is that what it's called? I don't lift. I wouldn't know. I'm guessing it's a dumbbell. I don't know. Like I said, do I lift? Do I lift? No, I don't lift. I know what this is. So basically, it's very simple to get. You can buy this off Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart. It's very simple to get. Just get some spray paint, paint it. You can also find it at those locations as well. All right, next up we got Jingu Bang, which is, like I said before with the other one, like the Dragon Axe. This is literally like Sun Wukong's bow staff. There's no way that this isn't a artifact of some kind. I could say that if it was actually Sun Wukong's thing, then I would put it in Unholy Power, because that's cracked. Okay, but I'm not seeing that, so I'm gonna put it in government property. Fillet axe, which seems to be a katana on top of some sort of katana holder. Okay, yeah, it's more of like a cutting knife than it is katana. It's a cutting knife on a katana holder. So I'm gonna say that that's probably gonna go to military surplus, just because that's a very like specific cooking knife. You know what I mean? You can probably try to find that at some sort of location, but I feel like because of how elegant it is and how specific it is, you're probably gonna have to go to a specific cooking site to get it. Next we got cat's claw. So yeah, this just seems to be some sort of naginata, which is like a Japanese glaive. Very specific. I don't know where you could find one of these or buy them necessarily. I would say a knife shop, but even then that seems a little drastic. So I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say black market for this one, because it's just such a very difficult to purchase weapon. Next we have the iron beak. This thing is like a gigantic spine with some dark energy protruding from it, and I don't like that, so I'm going to put it in Unholy Power. Next we have is throttle. Now this is very similar to our old friend the clutch axe, where it is a literal part of a vehicle that you cannot buy by itself, so I'm going to say that's going to be a minor felony. We got drum beat. It's just a very cultural looking drum, very nice, very neat. I will still say you can probably buy that somewhere. It is an instrument. You know, no one's going to stop you. So it's going to go shopping trip. All right, here we got Flatliner. Now, this is literally just an IV drip pole that you'd find at a hospital with a bone saw, which is insane how you got these things. And I don't trust you, so I think you're going to deserve a minor felony. I'm sorry, but you are going to jail. Next, we got controller. Okay, so this is just obviously a like PlayStation controller. I'm pretty sure it's for like a PlayStation collab or something like that. So definitely going in shopping trip. Next, we got tree splitter, a very simple like lumberjack axe, kind of worn down, but still, I'm gonna put it in shopping trip. I feel like you could buy that at Walmart. All right, lead swinger, very funny name for a very funny pickaxe. It is a microphone stand, very interesting. Very expensive too, but I still would put this in shopping trip. And then last but not least, we have the stellar axe, which I don't care what you say, that is not a very intricately designed paint job. I've seen this pickaxe in game. That is for real, like a celestial object. That is some sort of dark nether region of space that I have never seen before, that old gods reside. So I'm not touching that ever again, and I'm putting it in unholy power. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That is my Fortnite pickaxe tier list based on how easy they would be to purchase in real life. Now, if you disagree with something on this list, please let me know. It is not the best list. It's not the most form-fitting list. I didn't do this for a job, so I wouldn't know what fits best, what fits wrong, and all that jazz. But if you do like the stuff I'm making here and you do want to see more of this, maybe I might do the rest of the seasons. I might do from 5 to 10 to chapter 2. Just let me know in the comments. Let me know if you like this, if you think it's funny, if you don't think it's funny, if you think it's stupid. Let me know in the comments, please. If you would, please like, subscribe, and comment what you thought of the video. It'll help me out a ton. And I'll see you guys next time. Whenever that might be. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to it, right? Anyway, see you guys later.